It's oddly 11 degrees today. You know, there goes a little drone. I just came here to put some silver wrap around this hive just because we're getting some extremely high winds, and I want to give them a little bit of extra protection. You know, now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm gonna goof this. This piece is too big. It would fit the whole thing, but with this stuff hanging over the styrofoam, there would be a space right here, and I guarantee you the bees are going to get stuck in that. If they can get stuck or squeeze themselves into some inconvenient spot, they'll do it. How the hell? Should I even do this? Okay, screw it. I'm just going to do it. So this wrap is going to hang below the styrofoam, and I know the bees are going to fill up. So they're going to get in there and get confused eventually. But for now, I'm just going to wrap it up, and but I'll come back later, like another day, and just put enough around the styrofoam. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. Man, it's so warm right now. All right, that's it. Is this a good idea? I don't know. But I don't want to come back in a week and see the styrofoam blown all over the place. So I'll just strap it down, wrap it a bit. But yeah, look, this is going to be, bees are going to come out there. See there, they'll come out here and they'll get stuck up here. Guaranteed they'll get stuck up there. But I'll leave it like this for now because it's 11 degrees today, but it's getting cold tomorrow and the next few days, and windy. So anyway, so there it is. So there's styrofoam over the top 2.5 mediums probably, and there's a little bit exposed on the bottom, which is probably empty by this point. Anyway, that's it. We'll see what happens. If they don't get stuck up the top of this, it might not be too bad. I could pin it down like that, but they'll still find a way to get up. I know they will. So anyway, good enough. This isn't going anywhere. So there's a piece of hard insulation underneath this telescoping top cover. No inner cover. Styrofoam all around the sides. Top cover that weighs a ton. It's a heavy wax dipped top cover, which isn't going to get blown off anyway. But it's got that little bit of a brick on top just to make sure it's not going anywhere. The strap that I use to put the silver bubble wrap on is just a sports strap. It's not a ratchet strap, but it's good enough. So hopefully I won't come back here in a week and find, like, if we get any warm days, the bees will come out right there, and hopefully they'll go for the light, but you never know. Well, actually I do know. They'll find a way to crawl around inside, and they'll get stuck up here, and we'll find a way back down to the hive, and it'll be a good time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, but I could be wrong, and it would be great if I was wrong, and it'd be great if I could just leave it like this for the rest of the winter. But we'll see what happens. That's my mantra. And now I'm at another hive next to my house in Flat Rock, and I'm not really too concerned about this colony because it's well sheltered. See, this is all those trees. That's going to block any strong cold winds that would normally pound against the side of the hive. So I'm not really too concerned about it. It's got a top piece of insulation, super thick, super good, doing its thing. I'm really not too worried about it. It's 3 mediums high, and there's so many bees in this hive. Let me see. I wouldn't be surprised if there's still, you can't see anything right now. Let's check this one. They're up here for sure, so I'd say, yeah, there they are. I don't know if you can see it, but there's bees there. The cluster started here earlier this year, or this fall, and now they're starting to move up. But still, I think they're fine. And this bottom box is a pollen trap, so it's not this is actually the bottom board right there. I'm gonna put this thing on it. It's a bee cozy. It's sold as a bee cozy, or marketed as a bee cozy. It's basically a piece of insulation that people wrap around their hives. This one is made for 10 frame, 2-story, double deep. Okay, there we go. So that's basically what I've got here. It's 3 mediums plus it's 3 mediums. It should work. We'll see what happens. This is my first time using one of these, and I don't think I would have bought one myself because, I don't know. I don't think I think it's there's really not a lot to it. It's like a garbage bag with a little bit of insulation inside. It's mostly that's a windbreak, more or less. But you can see how it'll just slip right over the hive. So let's see what happens. Alright, well, it doesn't fit over the hive with the top cover on it, so I'll try to remove the top cover. Oops. Just drop that right on a mason jar. So there we go. This is taped down. You can't see it, but it's taped down. That's the top insulation. And these are little baby carpenters or woodlice or louse, whatever they call it. And that's fairly, yeah, you can see right there. These are woodlouse. Anyway, let's see if I can get this thing on. Okay, I'm not doing it because this thing will fit right here. It'll go down past the my bottom entrance, and even if it was this high, well, it's not going to fit because I think it's designed for 2 deeps, not 3 mediums, so that doesn't work. I couldn't get my my top cover back on. It would have to get underneath my top cover, and it's very tight. It's a very snug fit, I'll give them that. Yeah, I can see how this might work. If it didn't fall to pieces year after year and it maintained its shape, yeah, that could work as a half decent hive wrap with a little bit of insulation, not a lot, but I don't think insulation on the side in my climate is really that important anyway. So there you go. Yeah, I can see how that would work. It just doesn't work for me because I don't use deeps. Langstroth double deeps. This hive is sitting on top of a deep. Deeps are nice. They're big, nice big brood chambers. You can overwinter your bees in single deeps like this. They're great for all kinds of things, but it is a carryover from commercial beekeeping. Backyard or hobbyist or small scale beekeepers can totally get by with mediums like I'm using. I would love to see more medium beekeeping going on because it's now I've switched and I love it. I got no issues with it. It's just way easier in every way for me to use mediums than to use deeps. This is the hive too that it has a crack between the supers, and I don't have it sealed up because bees have already sealed that up with propolis. If I put that thing on it or any other type of wrap, what happens is, I've talked about this before, but it holds moisture. It can hold moisture to the side of the hive. That's one thing I don't like about wraps at all. They always hold moisture to the side of the hive, so the moisture just stays close to the wood all winter, and it can seep through the cracks, and it can even rot the wood out a bit, and I don't love it, but I know people can do it, nothing wrong with it, but that's one of the things I don't love about it. I've had just moldy, I take the wraps off and there's moldy mess all around the hives, but anyway, sometimes the moisture gets held in by the wrap, and it breaks that propolis seal, and then moisture gets inside the hive, and excess moisture I should say, so it's not always great. Anyway, I tried to be cozy, but it didn't work out.